What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I know a lot of people see these videos that I create talking about different potential and they go, this is absurd. This is ridiculous to see you go from $40 to $249 million or $40 to $100 million or something like that. So I wanted to just look at the realistic perspective of it. Now, we know that when we look at positions, we look at the max potential that we can get. A lot of people will come out and say, I look for this to get to $1. I have 500 million coins. I get $500 million. Yes, that's the max potential that you get, but are you going to wait it out for $500 million? There's so many levels in between that are perfect for a lot of people that don't have even $1 million. So if you think that you don't have $1 million and you're going to wait while this is worth 2 million, 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, 100 million, 200 million, and you're just going to sit there and hold all of it, you're more ridiculous than I am. I don't know how else to classify it. So I always like to find a way to take profit in between. So what I'm going to do is do a more realistic perspective, right? Because I have my spreadsheet that has, reality, expectation, max profit within it. And obviously, a lot of people look at the max profit and say, well, that's ridiculous. You're never going to get to that point. And, it may be true. You can find a way to never get to that point. However, there is a max profit scenario. There is a in between scenario depending on what you do as a holder, as an investor. And there's also, a scenario to where it's more reality, something that will definitely happen and you can accept. So that's why I always like to take these spreadsheets and ask people, hey, what are you going to accept as this starts to run? If it gets to 10 cents, are you going to accept anything? Some people will say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm diamond handing it until it hits $1. And I understand that. I understand that that's the mindset that we have nowadays. But if you see $4 million in your account and you're diamond handing it, and you've never seen $100,000 in person, but you have $4 million in this one investment and you don't take $1 million or $2 million, like I literally probably I don't know. I will slap you in the face. I don't know. It's ridiculous, right? You have to find a way to accept something. And I feel like this whole situation that we've been going through in the past, um, I don't know how many, like 2 years, I guess, a little bit more than that, where people have been just diamond handing so many things. Everything is not meant to be diamond handed, right? There's certain things that where they have crazy, short interest in the stock market, where those things you're trying to prove a point. If you decide to make sells and make buys and all that, you're treating it like a normal day trade in a normal position, which won't really make the moves that we expect it to move or make. But when it comes to things like cryptocurrency that just has a potential to get up to those levels, it's a different story. So, anyways, I'm talking your ear off. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you guys check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow my Patreon, feel free to follow my Patreon. Link is in the description, and you get a bunch of different buy orders and sell orders. I know this month is most likely going to be all about Lunic. There's not going to be many Shiba Inu videos or any other videos in between. Yesterday I did a video on Algorand, but we're not going to see many of those videos because there's a lot of information and a lot of things that are going to happen with Terra Luna Classic this month. So we want to make sure the hype stays up, make sure the volume stays here, because when that 1.2% burn hits, we want to see $2 billion in volume, which we will get into in the next video that we create. So anyways, let's get into this. So I just want to go right into the spreadsheet. You know about my spreadsheet, my crypto potential spreadsheet, and I have 44 million total coins. Now, you can see that things have changed in how I'm going to sell things. I keep changing it every day because I want to find the right strategy. And it's not to be greedy, because I'm not going to be greedy. It's about accepting it at certain points, because I feel like what I was doing was overloading it at the end. And you shouldn't overload anything at the end. You should probably take more profit in the beginning than you should at the end, because you're looking at higher prices. And if you see that higher prices, you can take $10 million, $20 million, whatever it ends up being, right? I really want to get to a point to where I'm only accepting at max profit somewhere around 40 or 50 million dollars, not too much higher, because right now you can see the max profit that it has here is 103 million. I still want to find a way to dial that down, because I don't believe that we need to, load it this much on the back end, but it does look like a good situation here, and I'll tell you why it's a good situation. Let's break down all of this. So um, uh, this is my crypto potential spreadsheet. So you see here I have 44 million. You see over here you have all the different price points. Now I started updating prices and added some prices in between 50 and 75, which I didn't have because I felt like 70 is a significant point that you probably want to make a move at. Then 90, then 45, all of these different levels that are significant points. I don't know why they're red. Any ones that are red, I wanted to make them significant points. So let's go and put those black. And then what we will do is 10 cents is, well, 1 cent is probably a significant point. So let's add that and make that red. And then we'll do 10 cents is definitely significant. We'll do, I think 25 is a good point. Then 45, obviously. Then we get to 70. And then we get to 90. And obviously $1 is a really, really significant point, but we'll keep that as it is. So those are the points that you probably want to look at before you get to $1, which is probably the most important pieces. Everything else, you're seeing a jump by $5, $10, $15, whatever, right? But if you see here, I'm going to sell at my first point of 0.008. So it's going to be a portion of a penny, right before a penny. I'm not going to sell at a penny. I'm going to sell before a penny, which will get me $16,000. Not crazy. Not going to be something where I make $100,000 or anything like that. It's just the first sell to gain a little bit of profit out of it to put that somewhere else, right? Then you have a 10-cent mark where I will take profit. I'll take profit at 5 cents and at 10 cents. You look at 2 million and 5 million that I take, so about 7 million, which would be a total of $600,000, and that's decent, right? I was looking at a point to where I took $1 million here, but I don't think you need to do that because it is at a low point. I do want to accept most of it around that reality point. So. And then if we look at 20 cents, we're going to see at $400,000 that I take 25 cents, 1.2 million, 1.25 million, 30 cents at this level. So basically around reality, right? Around reality is probably before 30 cents. So before 30 cents, I'm going to take a total of 2.26 million. And you could see that down here. Now, why am I only going to take a certain amount? Obviously, I'm taking a decent amount of coins. That's a total of 16 million coins that I'm taking, which is a lot. And I'm only getting 2.2 million. It sounds like a little bit compared to how much I'm putting on there, because 16 million could be $16 million at $1. Well, just think, if this somehow doesn't work out, and we can't get this all the way back to the repeg state and the algorithm and all that stuff, we know that if this goes down to a $10 billion or 10 billion supply, and we see a $2.5 billion market cap, we know we can see 25 cents. So that's why I'm looking at 25 cents as a reality. So turning $40, which I invested in the beginning, I invested $40 to turn it into this 2.26 $1 million mark, or I have that 2.26. Here we go. There we go. And the reason why I keep going 40 instead of going whatever this price point is, because I have 44 million, so 5,280. It's worth that right now, but I spent $40 on my investment, so I risked a low amount. This is why I'm not buying more. I risked a low amount in order to get into this play. I've already profited $5,000 off of it since I put another 1,000 into it. It was 6,000, but now it's 5,000. So I profited $5,000 off of it. Everything on this spreadsheet is gravy. I could take profit right now and make a total of $10,000 if I wanted to. But my plan is to make moves in the form of reality, and then we have everything else that comes after the fact. And I talked about this in my last video, but my amount that I plan on having staked will become unstaked as we hit certain prices. If we don't, I'll just collect passive income and continue to sell that passive income. So I'm definitely happy with what I'm doing here. Let me know your plan. I know this spreadsheet, some people have, some people don't. The link for this spreadsheet is in the Patreon. You can access it if you become any type of member. But then there's a certain post that you can only access if you have if you're expert profit hands or profit hands level. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys have a plan yourselves, but that's my way of turning $40 into $2.26 million. And that's not the end of it, because I feel like there's so much more in between, right? Where you're looking at 16 million here, a total in expectation of 18.6 million, but then max profit of 103 million there if everything plays out the right way. But let's worry about reality, because reality is obviously where we are. So anyways, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.